Hi, this is Mr. Boyer. We're back, and we're going to continue on with Web Project A. So in the previous lesson, we've learned to work with zip files. We learned how to show our file extensions, and we know how to work with Notepad. So I want to do a couple things here. First thing, we're going to need um, a an image of some kind to add to our web project. You can use a picture that you've taken with your phone. You can use a picture that you find online, something you save. I'd just go ahead and save it to the desktop, and then once it's on the desktop, we can drag it and drop it into the same folder that we have our web page in. That's important because we have to tell the web page or the HTML code where that file is. It's easiest if it's in the same folder. So I've already selected the Reedley College logo, and I have it on the desktop here. I'm going to go ahead and drag it and move it into this folder over here. And notice that it shows up as rclogo.png. That stands for Portable Network Graphics, and it just means that it's a web type of graphics file. Okay, so I've done that now. A little bit later on, I'm going to add a link as well, so we'll see how to do that. But let's go ahead and start editing our web page. So first thing we want to do is see what the example web page looks like. So if I simply double click on this, it's going to bring that up in the browser. Now you may have a little dialog box that pops up and it says, do you want to keep using this as the default program? Just go ahead and keep Google Chrome as the default program. It'll probably be the easiest for our purposes here. Okay, so you notice this doesn't look a whole lot like a fancy web page, but you can clearly see it's some kind of a template. So I want to go ahead and open this up in Word Notepad again so we can edit it. Now I showed you one way how to do that, and there's another way, of course. In Windows, there's always more than one way to do something. I'm going to go ahead and right-click on that file name, and then come down here and find the Open With dialog and select Notepad. And once I do that, Notepad comes right up and I can start editing this file. So the first thing I want to do, let's go up here. We see the HTML tag. It says, hey, this is an HTML document. And then there's the title section, this title element. And in the title it says Web A, put your name here. Well, if you look up on the top of the tab where this web page is open, it has that same text here. We're going to change that text. Instead of put your name here, I'm going to put my first name and last name. Now, just to show you what happens, I'm going to click File, Save, and then come in here, and I'm going to click the Reload button. I can also hit the F5 key, and notice up here the title now has changed and my name's in it. So every time we make a change, if we save it and then refresh the browser, we'll see those changes. So the next section, I'm going to come down here to the head. That's this part right here where it says put the assignment title here. And notice it has the H1 or heading 1 format, so it's the largest font. And instead of put the assignment title here, I'm going to erase that and call this Web Project A. Okay, again, we can save it. We don't have to save and refresh every time, but I want you to see that now our web page has changed. Okay, so let's move down. We're going to go to the body. These P tags simply mean that there's a paragraph here. And then if you notice there's this tag that has an exclamation point, it says this is a comment. You will not be able to see this in the browser. Anywhere you see that exclamation point means that it's a comment. And comments are simply notes that are left there, so somebody else working on the web page can see what you were thinking, or maybe you want to leave yourself a note, hey, we did this, or have this special piece of code here to do this function. It's a way of leaving yourself just a little note. Okay, so I'm going to come down here. The next line that we want to change says change this text to hello world. Notice that's a comment, so down below I see where it says change this text. It's right here. And we're going to change it to the ubiquitous hello world text. That's pretty common among coding. Okay, next section, we go to the paragraph element. It says my name is ... and then the comment down here says type your name below, and we're going to change this to your name. In this case, it's my name. Okay, so we've done that. Let's go ahead and save this, see how our web page looks. Okay, and now we're going to add an example of an image. So this is where web pages start to become fun. It's where they have images and pictures and interesting things, stuff to look at. So down here we find the image source tag. So here's an image and the source and the name of the file. We want to change that. Now if you remember, I changed it to rclogo.png. I want to do the same thing here. I want to type this file name exactly. It's rclogo.png. And go ahead and save this. And when I come over here, I reload the page. Now I have the Reedley College logo in my web page. Okay, so one more thing that we want to do, and this is going to involve a little bit of typing. I want to create a link to some other web page. So I'm going to come up here to my browser and I want to find the Reedley College.edu website. This is the one I'm using. Again, use something different. Okay, and so what I want to do is I want to come up to the top and right click or click and right click and copy that address, and I'm going to use that here momentarily. So now I need to create that link tag. And if you remember, we had different tags for links, and the link tag is A. So we're going to do the less than sign A, and then we're going to use the href or hyper reference equals, and then I use a quotation and then use Control V to paste my link and go ahead and close that quote. And then we're going to call this space, or we're going to use, oops, I'm going to use this greater than sign and put a link to Reedley College, period, and then do the /A. And so what that should do is it should give us the href, it gives us the text for the link, and the /A closes out that link. And when we hit save, go back to my web page up here, and here's a link to Reedley College, and when I click that, it's going to take me to Reedley College. So now I just have to simply click the back key to go back to that link. Once you're satisfied with that, go ahead and hit save, and let's go ahead and close this. And so now I should have the template file. Remember, we wanted to keep that intact. I have the web page that we've modified, and I have an image file. Okay, so now we have to submit it. This is where it gets a little bit tricky. So let's go ahead and close this file folder. Remember, I have it right here on the desktop. I can double click it, open it back up, make sure those files are in there. They are. Let's close them again. I want to right click on it, send to compress zip folder, Okay, and now I'm going to use this file folder here, this zip file, as the project to upload. So when I go down here to Web A, then I can go ahead and upload it. Again, on my view, you're not going to see the upload screen, but you can use that. So again, when you upload it, make sure that you upload the zip file. If Canvas gives you an error, it means you're probably not uploading a zip file. If you need to, go back and watch the video on how to make that. Anyway, congratulations, you've just made your first web page. This is Mr. Boyer, and until next time, have a great day.